Welcome, welcome to the hour of truth. Greetings to everyone. Um, Welcome once again. This is the hour of truth. The channel name is hour underscore of truth. This is the hour of truth, and the truth is about the scriptures, the word of God. Today we are to learn something small. At least we are going to know the relationship between, let me say, a kind of connection, something that binds God and man, for us to understand the relationship, a little bit relationship between God and man, how God stands and how man stands. Okay, so today I am going to put this across so that we explain, and then it brings us the understanding that we need to know about God and about man. Let us know that we can find the totality of man. We can find the totality of man in God, but we can't find the totality of God in man. I repeat this. We can find the totality of man in God, but we can't find the totality of God in man. What I'm trying to say is that, or with the explanation, we are all going to understand why we can't find the totality of God inside man, but we can find the totality of man inside God. This tells us that when God created us, and in his creation, he created us as man. He kept us in a body. God is spirit. God is not found, cannot be found in a container. But he creating us kept us in a body to show that we have boundaries. We are limited to certain things. Let's follow. Like, we are limited to certain things that he has cut it off from us. Meaning that when man wants to know everything about him as man, he needs to seek God. You need to seek God before you can know everything about man. Why he created us, the purpose of which he brought us to this earth, why he gave us everything that we have. So, to find the totality of man, which is discovering why you are here, why did God create us? Why give us this? Why give us that? Why provide all this for us? To find that totality of man, we can only find that in God. Let me make this clear scenario. Let us take the sea as God. The sea, the whole sea is God. And then you are given a cup. You have been given a cup, and you fetch the water in the sea in the cup. You fetch water from the sea into the cup. Having that water from the sea in the cup, if you take this cup to the lab to test for what is in the water, you are surely going to find everything in the water you are going to find is in the sea. Everything you find in that cup, the sea water in that cup that you have taken to the lab, anything that you discover in that water in the cup, it is in the sea. But it is not everything in the sea that is in that cup of water or that cup of sea water. Let me come again here. I'm using the sea and the sea and the sea, and then water, a cup of sea water as an example. The sea here is standing as God, and then the cup which you use to fetch a sample of the sea, used to fetch the sea water, is what is like man that God has deposited himself in us. That is representing the cup and then the sea. Now, this that is representing the cup and then the sea water. When you take the cup, which is man, to the lab to test, whatever you find in that cup, whatever you find in that cup, which is whatever you find in man, is in the sea. It's in the sea. Whatever you find in man, that is whatever you find in the cup that contains the sea water, is in the sea. But not everything that is in the sea is in that cup. When you go to the sea, you find fishes, you find living creatures, you find plants, things that grows in the sea, under the sea. You find a lot, but at that moment you can't find that in that cup. It's telling us that the totality of man can be found in God, but the totality of God cannot be found in man. The totality of God cannot be found in man. I am going to have a very I'm going to make an extensive video of this, and then I'll post it on YouTube. But actually, this one is coming to TikTok. This one is coming to TikTok to help us. We have to understand at least what man stands and what man should understand about his being on earth. And if we want to understand that, we need to seek God. So the totality of man is in God, but the totality of God is not found in man. The sea is an example. The sea is so large. When you take the sea is so beautiful, having a lot. But God has given us a sample from Him, which is the cup. The body here stands for the cup. And then when you fetch the water, that is the God in us, the Spirit God in us. So the Spirit God in us, it is not what God has given us, is not the totality of Him. No. So when we want to discover the totality of God, we need to go to the sea itself. When we go there, we will find the creatures in the sea, fishes. We can find some plants in the sea. We can find, and the fishes we are going to find different. When you go to deep of the sea, you begin to find that the fishes you are even catching or seeing at the shores are different from deep into the sea, the fishes that you find. So therefore, it means that there are more to discover in the sea than what you are going to find in the lab when you take that cup of water from the sea there. I hope this one is going to give us a little bit understanding, and then when the extensive one comes, at least you go to YouTube. It is still hour of truth, hour underscore of truth. The truth has come to stay. Subscribe to this channel. There is more coming. Thank you very much.